As the sun set on a small, rural town, the residents began to feel a creeping sense of unease. Something wasn't quite right. Strange noises echoed through the streets, and shadowy figures moved just beyond the edge of their vision. At first, people tried to dismiss their fears as just a trick of the imagination. But as the night wore on, the terror grew. Doors and windows were locked tight, but that did little to stop the feeling that something was watching them from the darkness. As midnight approached, a group of teenagers decided to investigate. Armed with flashlights and bravado, they set out into the night, determined to uncover the source of the eerie atmosphere. At first, it seemed like nothing was amiss. The only sound was the crunch of leaves underfoot as they walked deeper into the woods. But then, the air grew colder and a thick fog rolled in, obscuring their vision. Suddenly, they heard a blood-curdling scream. It was coming from just ahead. As they approached, they saw a figure standing in the middle of a clearing. It was dressed in black robes, and its face was hidden behind a mask. The figure turned to face them, and they could feel its malevolent gaze upon them. Then, it began to move towards them, slowly at first, but then with an increasing sense of urgency. The teenagers ran as fast as they could, but the figure seemed to be gaining on them. They could hear its ragged breaths and the sound of its footsteps getting closer and closer. Just as they thought they were going to be caught, they burst through the trees and back into the town. They collapsed in exhaustion, but their relief was short-lived. The figure was still there, standing at the edge of the forest, watching them with an unblinking stare. And then, it began to move towards them once again, its mask now twisted into a grotesque grin. They screamed and ran. But they knew they would never escape the horror that had come to their town. The figure would always be watching, waiting for its next victim. And they knew that they would never be safe again.